Hi all. My conversation with you for today is how do you create harmonious and meaningful relationships in your life? How do you do that? Now, again, as I had told you previously, always follow advice that comes with a guarantee and that makes sense to you. So, again, I would like to tell you that whatever I'm going to suggest today comes with the guarantee that I have tried and tested it in my own life. I have been through a lot of ups and downs. It's not that everything was always perfect around me and smooth and easy. I've seen a lot of struggle in my life. And of all the struggles, what is the end result? So, in my case, the end result of all the struggles is that I'm very happy, I'm very content. Whoever is in my life, whether it's family, whether it's friends, I love them. I'm truly grateful for God that they are in my life. I value them and I cherish my life. So, how does that happen? How did I go through so much of turmoil, turbulent equations, ups and downs in life, relocations, and end up being here? So that's what I'm going to explain to you and I'm going to share with you. As always, before I start, I'd like to thank my spiritual gurus, the divine gurus, for always guiding me, and I'm grateful that I'm able to share my knowledge with all of you. So, there are two things. Can you cherish and value all your relationships? Is it possible? Think about it. So, relationships are what? Relationships are interactions. There are interactions that happen in your life at a daily basis. Those become significant because you have to deal with them every day. Second, there are interactions in your life that come by birth, relatives, families. Third, there are interactions that are obligatory. You have to fulfill those interactions. You cannot get away. Now, I will explain these three further. First, I said interactions that you have to deal with on a daily basis. Your staff, your colleagues, the building guard, your children, the immediate family that you live with, your pets, right? These are people you have to deal with every day. Every day you need to speak with them. Second, family, blood kin, right? So your mama, chacha, relatives, uncles, aunts, in-laws, everything comes under that. Grandparents, siblings, sisters and brothers-in-law, nieces and nephew, everything comes under that, right? Third, obligatory. What is obligatory? So these are interactions that you have to do because they're part of your responsibility. For example, your child's school teacher, principal. Sometimes it can also be other parents of your children's, classmates, neighbors, right? Doctors, your shopkeepers, the people you buy from, business dealings, right? These are obligatory. You cannot, if I decide I don't want to interact with my neighbors, does that work? Sooner or later I'll have to. Something might happen. Maybe they have a courier, maybe I have a courier of theirs. Practically speaking, right? Maybe there's an issue with the parking. Can't get away, right? Now you get a letter from your child's school. Please come and meet me. Can you say I'm not coming? So obligatory. So relationships are broadly divided into everyday, by birth, obligatory. Now, how do you feel good about all these three? How can you feel good about obligations? How? Obligations are these things on your head that like you have to do, right? How do you feel good about it? Maybe your neighbors don't have nice things to say about. That's happened to me a lot. Huh? My neighbors, I've had times when I heard stories being told by my neighbors. How did I deal with it? So I will come stepwise. Let's start with obligatory relationships because they're the most difficult. The obligatory relationships are equations in which you need to fulfill certain duties, and you must because it's required of you. Which means beyond fulfilling a duty, that's where it ends. So the way to be dealing with this obligations happily is do what you have to and leave it. Don't get involved. So if you need help from your neighbor or if you want to help them, because it's very important that you're also helpful to your neighbors, right? Go ahead and do it. Beyond that, don't get involved with them. What are they doing? Don't bother. Let them do what they want in their house. What do they want to know from my house? What stories are they making? Why are they interested? Don't bother. That's their issue. What they think, say, or do is not your problem. So, obligatory relationships, keep it very simple. Do what you need to and leave it. Don't get involved. It doesn't matter. Trust me, these equations don't matter. They're only obligatory, remember? Finish what you have to and let it go. Second, by birth. Now, this is a tough one. You have parents, you have grandparents, you have uncles and aunts, you have relatives. There are responsibilities you need to do, right? So do this. Do your responsibilities. If someone needs you, if an aunt, an uncle, or a grandparent is in need, make sure you help them out. Be there for your parents always. If you live far away, if they need you, go travel. Do what you need to. Do what you need to for them, every bit of it. And again, after that, leave it. If they feel you didn't do enough, if they feel you've not been good enough, if they feel you've been a bad daughter, daughter-in-law, niece, nephew, son, that's okay. That's their choice to think. You be very clear in your conscience here that you did your best, that you were able to give the money that you could, that you were able to give the time that you could, that you pushed your boundaries and you did sincerely everything that you could for them when they needed you, and leave it. After that, what they feel about it, that's not your call. That's theirs. Let them do their bit. You do yours. Now, the first, the ones that tax you out, the everyday equations, which could be as simple as the guard in the building to as important as your child or your spouse or your mother or your father or your in-laws. Now, these are equations you need to work on constantly because they are always around you constantly. Now, how do you make these harmonious? This is something you need to make an effort over time and you have to work hard on it. But once you've crossed that initial bit, it'll become very easy. I'll explain to you how. What happens with these everyday relationships is because every day there's interaction, it can't be perfect all the time. That's not how the world is, right? Every day, the nature of the universe is such, someday sunny, someday rainy, someday stormy, someday beautiful, someday very hot. It's the nature. This is how nature is. It's not supposed to be the same every day because we are supposed to be learning to adapt every day. So it's normal that every day cannot be the same. So every day you can't be perfect and every day they cannot be perfect either. And every day you can't be agreeing on everything. So first thing is to accept that it won't be perfect all the time, which means there will be occasions where you will disagree. You will not see eye to eye on the same thing. You will have issues in terms of intimacy, space. There'll be boundaries being overstepped. Accept it. This is going to happen. The moment you say, "हाँ ये तो होना ही है," this is how it's supposed to be. Half your stress is over because you understand this is supposed to be like this. Then move forward. Now, when we go through a stormy day, a day which was really stormy, there were thunderstorms, there were dust storms, there were trees that uprooted trees, like major thunder and lightning. Next morning, what happens? Sun comes out, right? The sun doesn't say, "No, yesterday it was stormy. Now, how will I come out today?" I can't. Does it say that? No, right? Next day is a normal day. So learn to start every day as a fresh day. If you had an argument yesterday, that was yesterday. Don't live in the yesterday. Move on to today. Today start afresh. Because when you have to live every day, you have to deal with equations. Don't carry the yesterdays. Because that's like collecting things. So every day you'll pick one stone, one stone, one stone. By the time you carry this burden on your head. Who's getting tired with this burden? You. What's the point of it? It's stupidity. It's over and gone. So with your everyday equations, end your day every day and start your day every day. Remember the times you've spent together that are valuable. Make them in your head, remember them in your head, smile about them. Give each other that love at least once a day. With children, sometimes that's very difficult, and I'm telling you with experience, you are worried, you're concerned, you can see that you want to advise them, but then it's their life, which you must accept. So, how do you let go of that? Stay calm, Suggest and let it be, and be there. And have faith. It's your child. You're going to be there, things are going to be okay. Don't carry on the same arguments every day. Try to avoid it. Say it once and then let it be. It's going to be difficult, but if you practice it over days, if you practice these few things on everyday equations, don't carry forward arguments every day. Start your fresh day every day. Every day, at least once, feel love for each other and remind each other of the happy times. It's important because that is the basis of your equation, and that's the thing that will remain. The love will remain, right? So this way you will have a better and a harmonious everyday equation. Primarily, I have tried to explain how you can create relationships that are these three categories meaningful in your life. Now I'm going to add one more last step for you. I started with explaining by saying, how do you have meaningful, happy relationships in your life? What I also want to add here is, not all relationships are meaningful. So the ones that are completely not meaningful, let them go. Don't be scared. Don't hold on to them. But when you let them go, let go of everything that you felt here. If you felt deceived, if you were deceived, if someone deceived you, if someone let you down, that's what they did. It has nothing to do with you. Whatever you felt, feel it. It's okay. You're going to feel it. You're human, right? It's okay to feel those emotions. But don't hold on to them. Let the person go. Let those emotions go. Move on. Not every person is supposed to be in your life till you die. It wasn't supposed to be like this in any case. People would come and leave. There'll be those who are there till you die, and there are those who will come, teach you lessons, add value, maybe, do some changes around your environment and in you as a person, and then leave. That's also important. It teaches that we evolve, right? So the people who are especially letting you down, who are deceiving you in any way, who you feel are not adding positive things to your life, the ones who only come to use you, abuse you, or the ones who only come to take, and there's an imbalance, let it go. Not worth it. Not worth your time. You have limited time here. You're not here forever. Remember that. No one knows, absolutely no one knows how long you'll be here for. I mean, you could die at 50, you could die at 40, you could die in 6 months, you could die in 1 year. No one knows, right? Imagine having wasted all the time on all the rubbish and all the meaningless relationships and then just dying. What a waste. Save and conserve your time and energy. It's precious. It will end. It's not forever. Use it carefully. It's even more important than money. Because what you're doing every time you're exchanging energy is you're exchanging karma. Money will not go with you, karma will. So watch what you do. Do your bit. And if it's not suiting you, don't indulge. Let it go. But at the same time, remember, let it go with a good feeling. Bless the person. Say, I wish you all the best, but I don't want to be a part of this. Let it go. Don't hold grudges. Because again, then you're collecting those rocks, and who's carrying that burden? You. No, it's not worth it. Carry happy things. So these were my simple tips on how to create a meaningful and be good relationships in your life. How do you understand the complexity of various equations that we have in our life and every day, in long term, short term? What is the best way of organizing it and understanding and prioritizing it? I really hope I was able to help you. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email address is in the description. I've also added a link on chanting. Please watch it. Trust me, a lot of the emotional issues that we have, if we simply start chanting, like magic, they'll get sorted. You went through a breakup, you went through a divorce, you're feeling heartache, you're feeling hurt. Sit down, chant for 15 days. Do it, with your energy, with your mind in it. You'll start forgetting the pain. Try it out. Again, like I said, it comes with guarantee. I can guarantee you it works. I've tried it and it works. So I sincerely hope I will manage to somehow induce a positive change in your life, because I truly want to see people turn towards happiness from sorrow, and all of us trying a little bit to make this environment a happier and a more loving environment. Take care, all the best, and feel free to email me.